Brand was a self-proclaimed sex addict, and his promiscuity was celebrated in the tabloid press.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at the most shocking and bizarre TV controversies of the 2020s so far.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
I'm shocked. And I think Martha then was a bar stool. I seem to recall reading that.
Number 10. Heaters in the castle.
10 new faces and one stunning new home.
Forget everything you know and get ready for 3 weeks of chaos in the castle.
In 2020, production of I'm a Celeb moved from the Australian jungle to a ruined castle in Wales. But there's a big difference in temperature between Australia in its spring months and Wales in autumn. However, eagle-eyed viewers thought that the celebs looked suspiciously warm, lounging around without jackets or jumpers, with Vernon Kay even ditching his shoes at one point.
An outdoor loo, water heating equipment from another century, it's far from a balmy jungle.
Kay later admitted that there were heaters, but then claimed that they were rarely used. AJ Pritchard, meanwhile, said that the production had heat lamps above the cameras so that the audience couldn't see them. We knew they looked far too toasty to be in a castle in Wales in November without any heaters knocking about.
The campmates will be able to sleep indoors because the weather, well, it'll be more torrential than tropical.
Number 9. Mexican Week.
Hey Noel, do you want to hear my Mexican accent?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. Arriba! You are halfway through. What do you reckon?
It's really good.
Thank you.
For years, people have wanted an end to Bake Off's nationally themed weeks. There was Japan Week, featuring absolutely no recipes from Japan, which has plenty of unique pastries and bakes of its own. There was German Week, which equally didn't have any authentic German dishes, despite having a German contestant. And finally, Mexican Week. Mexican Week was the final straw, with mispronunciations running rampant.
So I think we just fry them with everything that's here.
I'm gonna fry onion with garlic. I'm gonna add chili powder, salt, black beans.
People were most confused by the challenge to make tacos though, because they don't require any baking at all and are very easy to make, hardly worthy of a technical. After that, Bake Off finally announced that the themed weeks would be ending. Apparently, that's easier than just doing research and bringing in some real dishes.
I don't know how they're meant to look exactly, but I do want some brown on there.
You don't want your tortilla to be too dry? Not bad.
Number 8. Gary Lineker versus the BBC.
When you think match of the day, you think Gary Lineker.
People were sick to death of this while it was ongoing, though Lineker did ultimately leave Match of the Day and the BBC in May 2025. This came after years of Lineker publicly criticising Tory policy and then posting about the genocide in Gaza.
Let me take this opportunity to thank all of the other pundits that I've had the pleasure of working with over the last 25 years.
After the BBC first suspended him for violating impartiality rules, an impromptu strike broke out among the broadcaster's sports commentators, which led to Match of the Day going out with no punditry. He was reinstated, and the guidelines were revised to make it clear that the BBC's top-paid stars aren't allowed to post their political opinions online, even if it's on their personal account.
Rather like my football career, everyone else did all the hard work and I got the plaudits.
Number 7. The Schofield Scandal.
How old was this young man when you first had any kind of sexual contact with him?
20.
More than other recently cancelled stars like Greg Wallace and Gino D'Acampo, Phillip Schofield's fall from grace has been a watershed moment from ITV. At least Wallace and D'Acampo already had reputations for towing the line between banter and being inappropriate. Schofield, meanwhile, had had dodgy rumours circulating for years. Those rumours turned out to be true, both that he was gay and had been hiding an inappropriate affair with a young employee.
I've got a bit of a shock. Right. I'm afraid you've been let go from this morning.
He later claimed that had he had an affair with a 20-year-old woman he'd first met as a teenager, it wouldn't have been a scandal at all. Clearly the demise of Greg Wallace after years of allegedly flashing women backstage proves otherwise.
Would you like to know the truth about the stories regarding me taking my trousers down?
Number 6. The Holly Willoughby kidnapping plot.
I only really go out my front door to put a bin bag in the bin just outside the flat. And that's every few days.
Just when you thought things were getting back to normal for This Morning, in 2023, Holly Willoughby was caught up in a bizarre attempt to kidnap and murder her. The man responsible, Gavin Plum, was arrested following a tip-off from an undercover police officer in the US, who was also the person Plum was attempting to hire to kidnap Willoughby on his behalf.
Plum, a security guard, was arrested after detailing his kidnap plot to an undercover cop in the United States. The officer believed Plum posed an imminent threat to Miss Willoughby.
Immediately, Willoughby left This Morning and all of her other TV commitments, understandably so. Lately, she's taken a small number of presenting roles, with Plum found guilty and sentenced to at least 16 years in prison.
When I'm in pain, the pain gets so bad that it's crippling.
Wasn't even the first time he'd plotted to kidnap someone. He'd already done time for similar offences. Number 5. The Strictly scandal.
It's been brutal and relentless and unforgiving.
It's not just been ITV in hot water recently. In 2024, stories began to break alleging that the over-competitive professional dancers on Strictly had been behaving inappropriately with their celebrity partners. Chief among them was Giovanni Panice and Graziano De Prima. Panice resigned while De Prima was sacked, eventually admitting that he really had been kicking people behind closed doors.
Apparently he kicked his partner Zara McDermott. He said he deeply regretted his action.
The BBC has seemingly not released the footage of the training sessions to those complaining about misconduct, but has apologised and introduced chaperones to ensure that celebrities are always safe during rehearsals. In 2025, news scandals, including allegations of substance misuse, have continued to plague the show.
You wanted the footage?
Yeah.
And you can't guess it?
No, I'm not allowed it.
Number 4. Baby Reindeer.
It's a patronising, arrogant feeling sorry for someone you've only just laid eyes on, but I did. I felt sorry for her.
In 2024, Baby Reindeer on Netflix took the world by storm. An allegedly true story of comedian Richard Gard's experiences with a stalker known only as Martha, people were shocked and horrified at what he went through. But unfortunately, Gard hadn't disguised her identity well enough. Internet sleuths were able to search for the online posts reproduced in the show and found a woman named Fiona Harvey was the one responsible.
First of all, why have you decided to go public?
The internet sleuths tracked me down and hounded me and gave me death threats.
She did a media round, which she's since called out for being exploitative, and is now suing Netflix for defamation for asserting that she was convicted of stalking Gard, which she never was. It looks like she has a strong case. All thanks to the "this is a true story" disclaimer at the beginning.
Can I get you something?
No thanks.
Are you sure? Cup of tea?
No thanks.
You have to buy something.
Can't afford something.
Number 3. Top Gear gets cancelled.
You know, I still live it every day. I'm still in a car every night when I go to bed. And it's so vivid.
The Top Gear reboot was never just a motoring show, interspersing its factual content and car reviews with bombastic challenges. These challenges, however, led to multiple serious accidents over the years. For a while, the most notable was Richard Hammond's crash in 2006 that left him in a coma. Decades on though, and cricketer Freddie Flintoff was involved in 2 accidents, one of them so serious it's left him with permanent facial scars.
They were showing me how to get the car going sideways. And the wheel came up at the front.
Immediately, Top Gear was put on hiatus and later cancelled officially, with the BBC paying millions of pounds in lost income to Flintoff. He's since discussed the accident in documentaries, saying that he was dragged face first along the tarmac when his open-topped car rolled over.
I looked at the ground and I knew if I get hit on the side and I break my neck, or I get on a tempo, I'm dead. My best chance is to go face down.
Number 2. Huw Edwards.
The showbiz suit and sunglasses were gone. Today, Huw Edwards was prepared for the possibility of going to prison.
Undoubtedly, this is the most shameful moment for the BBC since the full truth about Jimmy Savile became known in 2012. top-paid newsreader Huw Edwards was, in 2024, finally charged with making indecent images, pleading guilty. This was after multiple previous investigations, some of which found no wrongdoing, and a lot of attention from the tabloid press, with The Sun paying for exclusives with some parties involved.
This was Edwards after he'd been caught for receiving more than 40 photos and videos.
He's been put on the register and given a suspended sentence, also ordered to pay out to his victims and placed in a treatment programme. The BBC has hastily edited Edwards out of its catalogue, including clipping him from an old episode of Doctor Who.
The BBC knew Huw Edwards had been arrested long before the public did, but kept paying him until he resigned.
Number 1. Russell Brand's Reckoning.
This is like the world I lived in. He always only wore his underwear, his tighty-whities. I don't think today I would accept like a boss only being in his underwear around me.
He built his entire public persona on being naughty in the noughties, behaving inappropriately on shows like Big Brother's Big Mouth and Brand X. In 2023, allegations were made by investigative journalists that many of Brand's sexual encounters hadn't been consensual. He denied this and has since pleaded not guilty in court, after ultimately being charged with numerous serious offences by the Metropolitan Police.
It shouldn't be legal for a 16-year-old to have a relationship with a man in their 30s.
Fellow comedian Daniel Sloss is one of the only figures who went on the record, saying that Brand's behaviour was an open secret throughout entertainment. Brand's now a born-again Christian in America, claiming that the mainstream media is trying to destroy him while selling pseudoscientific amulets.
Luckily, I wear this magical amulet from AirsTech that keeps me safe from all of the various signals out there.
Let us know in the comments which controversies we forgot.